So welcome you all for Tumbal Online classes. We are discussing the chapter thermodynamics. So in this thermodynamics, so today before starting the numericals, last one point is there, that is second law of heat. Second law of thermodynamics. Till now we studied first law of thermodynamics, zeroth law of thermodynamics, and yesterday topic we completed heat engine and refrigerator. Still, one two applications will be there based on the heat engine and refrigerator. That application we will come to know. So, while solving the numericals of heat engine. So, what is the statement of the second law of thermodynamics? Second law of thermodynamics statement was given by, so three statements are there. So, one statement is Planck's statement. So, Planck's statement. Just a statement is necessary enough. What is a Planck statement is? So Planck's, according to the Planck's, it is impossible to convert total heat into mechanical work by a heat engine. So no heat engine will convert the total heat extracted into mechanical work. According to this Planck statement, the efficiency of a heat engine of 100% is never be possible. Are you getting it? So what is the proper statement is? It is no heat engine can convert total heat extracted into mechanical work. So that is the statement of Planck. After Planck, so this is not possible. Efficiency not possible to be 100%. So one more statement that is given by Kelvin statement. So what is scientist name Kelvin? So he has given one more statement that is Kelvin statement. So what is a Kelvin statement is? It is impossible to extract the work from a heat engine, so to cooling it to a temperature lower than its surroundings. What does it mean now? So yesterday we have seen in this heat engine, what are the essential parts? Working substance, source, working substance and sink. So in order to operate a heat engine, according to Kelvin's, the temperature of the source should be always greater than the temperature of the sink. You cannot operate if the temperature of the sink is less than temperature of the source. You cannot cool a hot body so to a temperature. You cannot convert by cooling a body so to a temperature less than its surrounding temperature. What does it mean? To operate a heat engine, compulsory we needed a source and we needed a sink. The temperature of the source should be more than the temperature of the sink. Then only, so this heat engine will work. So what is the statement of? No, we cannot extract the work done by cooling a body to a temperature lower than the surrounding. You can do work until the source, you can extract the heat from the source until the temperature of the source is more than sink. Are you getting it? So this is the statement of Kelvin's. And one more statement given by Clausius. So what is Clausius statement? So Clausius statement tells that, so second law of thermodynamics, Clausius statement. According to this Clausius statement, so Planck statement is over, Kelvin statement is over, and the last one is so Clausius statement. According to this Clausius statement, so then Planck statement, okay now. So Clausius statement tells that, so it is impossible. It is impossible. So otherwise it is not possible to make heat to flow. Generally we know. So heat will flow from which body to which body? Hot body to cold body. When I consider a hot body to cold body, in generally heat will flow from hot body to cold body. But whereas in refrigerator, yesterday we have seen refrigerator. In this refrigerator, what happens? Heat is flowing. So that so here we consider the source, and then we consider the working substance, then we consider the sink. So by doing some work on the working substance, heat is extracted from the sink and ejected to source. But by itself, heat will never flow unless adding some external agency to make heat to flow from low temperature body to high temperature body. So what is the meaning really? So temperature in generally temperature direction it will flow from high temperature body to low temperature body. But low temperature in the high temperature body flow agbekanದ್ರೆ the must and should condition is, so you should add some external device. Without adding that unadded external device, heat will never flow from low temperature body to high temperature. Andre it is not impossible to make heat to flow from low temperature body to high temperature body. Low temperature in the high temperature flow agbekanದ್ರೆ what you needed, you need to add some external agency. Okay, that external agency is nothing but in the form of work. When you do work on the working substance, it will make heat to flow from low temperature body to high temperature body. So these are the three statements of second law of thermodynamics. Then immediately you will get one doubt. So one law, only why three statements? But all these statements are equivalent. All are not separate. So all are representing the same content. So what is the conclusion of all these is, to make heat will flow from high temperature body to low temperature. In case heat low temperature in the high temperature flow agbekanದ್ರೆ you need to do some external work. So all, if individually if you read, all are equivalent with each other. So this is a statement of second law of thermodynamics. Which statement they ask? So according to that only you need to answer. In theory concept questions, so these statements are very important. Okay, Nana? So this is second one. Now we completed almost the concepts. So 1-2 concepts we will discuss, especially based on the heat engine. Instead of the one heat engine, if 2 heat engines are given working connected in series, how to calculate the efficiency, that if I told with one numerical, it will be more effective. Because of that reason, I have not discussed that concept now. I will discuss that concept while doing numericals. Okay, Nana? Now we will start exercise questions. Exercise questions of thermodynamics. Okay, na? So I have given assignment from this thermodynamics for the first 2 days. So you will get the questions only based on conceptual questions. So that's why now total all concepts are I discussed based on these classes, nearly 5-6 classes. What are the conceptual questions are there? That questions are given as assignment in 24 questions. First 2 days you complete that conceptual questions. So once if it is completed, meanwhile, so I will go through numericals. Which numericals I solved? Same model I given it as assignment questions as numericals. Okay, na? It is very easy when you solve the assignment after listening the class. To do that assignment, 6 classes, 5 classes, all concepts are very important. Okay, na? So let me start. Okay, and one more I am telling is, especially calorimetry problems. Calorimetry problems you need to do carefully. Calorimetry problems maximum are based on specific heat, heat capacity and principle of method of mixtures. So carefully you have to solve the problems. Okay, if a small mistake, it means total answer is going to be wrong. Okay, now the question number 1. The density of the 2 substances are in the ratio 5:6. Specific heats are in the ratio 3:5. The ratio of the thermal capacities per unit volume. First you need to identify what is the data here. There are 2 substances are there. So one substance density ρ1, second one ρ2. One substance specific heat S1, second one S2. They asking what is the thermal capacity per unit volume. So H1 by V1 value and H2 by V2 ratio. H1 by V1 called as thermal capacity per unit volume. Here H2 by V2 is called as thermal capacity per unit volume. So what is thermal capacity and the specific heat capacity relation? We know that H is equal to M into S. Have you written a relation between specific heat capacity and the thermal capacity? What is specific heat? S value is equal to 1 by M into So dq divided by d theta. Amount of heat required to rise the temperature of a substance of unit mass at by 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin. What is heat capacity? The amount of heat required to rise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin. This is H definition. This is S. If I divide these both, what I will get? So H divided by S. Value is equal to how much of M. From this, H is equal to M into S. In theory concept, we discussed this. Heat capacity, product of mass and specific heat capacity. So from this, H can be written as H1 by H2 is equal. H1 by H2 is equal to M1 by M2 into S1 by S2. Correct? So H1 by H2 is equal to M1 can be written as density into volume. Mass is equal to volume into density. Rho 1 into V1 by rho 2 into V2. I will write it as capital V. Into which one? S1 by S2. Okay. Now I want which ratio? H1 by V1 by H2 by V2 ratio. Which is given by rho 1 by rho 2 into S1 by S2. While solving the problem, so if you know the basic concept, that formula you should modify into the required form to solve your question. Actually, I know the formula H is equal to M into S. Now I derived that H1 by V1 by H2 by V2 is equal to rho 1 by rho 2 into S1 by S2. Can I substitute the values? So what is the density ratio given? Rho 1 by rho 2 will be equal to how much? 5 by 6. And what is S1 by S2? S1 by S2 will be equal to 3 by 5. Correct? So then what I will get the answer given by H1 by V1 by H2 by V2. This is the ratio of thermal capacity per unit volume. Is equal to rho 1 by rho 2 value 5 by 6. S1 by S2 value 3 by 5. So what I get? 5 cancel, 3 ones are 3. So what is the ratio I get? Which is equal to 1 is to 2. Final answer how much? 1 is to 2. Correct? Question clear? So this is the first question. Everyone know that na, this relation? Ratio of the specific heats. And listen carefully numerical. When you listen the numerical classwork properly, same model questions are there in homework. Many are struggling a lot for solving the problem. No need to struggle to solve the problem. If you listen the class properly, if the concept or question understood in class, remaining homework questions you can solve your own. Many are asking to the lecturer how to solve. If the same model question, even for school students also, if one question is given, solved. If they given one question as a homework, obviously they will do easily. But many are asking now, so you are not at all using or trying to solve the problem. Even it is not a new model, the model which is already discussed in class. Until you will not apply your brain, so you cannot able to solve the problems of physics. You should able to solve by your own thinking. Keep in mind and solve. So this is the question number 1. Next, second question number 3. I have selected alternative questions 1, 3, 5 like that, and same order, because to make you to solve the same model questions, I given same questions 1, 3, 5 of odd numbers in level 2 homework. So level 2 homework questions. So question number which one? Third. And this third question, so listen what I given. Piece of metal of mass 112 grams is heated to 100 degrees and is dropped into the copper calorimeter of mass 40 grams. Contains 200 grams of water at 60 degrees. Neglecting the heat loss, the specific heat of the metal is nearly, if an equilibrium temperature is 24.1 degrees Celsius. They have taken one calorimeter. So what is the mass of the copper vessel? Copper vessel mass is 40 grams. In this calorimeter it is filled with water. So what is the mass of the water given as? That is of 200 grams. What is the initial temperature of this calorimeter and water? So calorimeter and water initial temperature can I call theta 1? Theta 1 value is 60 degrees Celsius. And what is the final temperature? The final temperature is given theta 2. Theta 2 is 24.1 degrees Celsius. What they did? They consider one piece of metal. What is the mass of the metal? Can I call mm? Mass of the metal is 112 grams. What is this metal initial temperature? Is 100 degrees Celsius. Can I call theta? Okay, now what happened? Because of the dropping of this metal of mass 100 degrees, what happened? Calorimeter along with the water will get heated up. Because of the rise in temperature, getting heat absorbed. Which one absorbing heat? Calorimeter and water. So what happened? Temperature of the calorimeter and water increases by 60 into 24.1 degrees Celsius. So who is losing heat? Heat lost by metal, piece of metal is equal to heat gained by so calorimeter plus water. Okay, who is losing heat? So metal is losing heat, and who is gaining heat? Calorimeter and also metal. This is according to principle. Which principle? According to principle of method of mixtures. According to principle of method of mixtures. That you know that now? Principle of method of mixtures will tells us whenever if there is no loss of heat, whenever a hot body mixed with a cold body, heat lost by the hot body will be equal to heat gained by the cold body. Here which is hot body? Hot body of metal and cold body water and calorimeter. But to do this one, so we will use the definition of specific heat. S is equal to 1 by m into so delta Q divided by delta theta. From this delta Q value will be equal to m into S into delta theta. Whenever heat lost or heat gained, you need to consider specific heat only. Whenever change of state from ice to water or water to vapor, you need to consider latent heat. So now, but in this graph, one more data is required. What is the data? So they have not given, but we know that. Specific heat of water. Water specific heat value in CGS system is 1 gram. So specific heat definition is 1 calorie. So gram inverse and centigrade inverse. You need to remember, they not given. Because all options are given in CGS system. So better you consider the CGS system only. Whereas the specific heat of water in SI system is that is 4200. Water has the specific heat capacity in liquid, so specific heat capacity of water is maximum. That is 1 calorie. Okay, na? So which is given by SW value. But in this they have not given specific heat of copper. Copper specific heat value 0.092. So calorie gram inverse centigrade inverse. Without substituting the copper copper specific heat, we will not get exact answer. Even we cannot take the specific heat of copper and so water both are same. So what is the specific heat? Specific heat of copper is very less compared with the water. When specific heat value more means that material is bad conductor of heat. It cannot be heated fastly. It cannot be cooled fast. It cannot be cooled fastly. But copper can be heated fastly and copper can be cooled fastly. Due to that reason, the specific heat of copper value is very less. That is the value. Now, can I apply how much heat lost by the metal? Heat loss formula: mass of the metal into specific heat of the metal into temperature. So what is the initial temperature of the metal? 100 minus what is the final temperature of the metal? Final temperature is final temperature of the mixture 24.1. Understood? What is heat formula? Mass into specific heat into change in temperature. There I written. This is the amount of heat lost by metal. What is heat gained by calorimeter? Mass of the calorimeter into specific heat of the calorimeter into. So what is the rise of temperature? 24.1 minus 60. M into S into delta theta. Similarly, how much heat gained by the water given by? So MW into specific heat of water into 24.1 minus 60. Okay na? If you did this question, this actually you will get like this model in lab, first year lab. In first year lab, there you will calculate the specific heat capacity of aluminum block. To calculate that specific heat capacity, we will use calorimeter. So there we will apply this principle of method of mixtures. Principle of which one? Method of mixtures. Now simplification. Especially calorimeter is that simplifications also so somewhat lengthy. Now in this can I substitute what is the mass of the metal? 112 grams. Specific heat of the metal only we want to calculate. What is 100 minus 24.1 value? 100 minus 24 value will be of 76. Correct? So what will get 75.9 will be equal to mass of the calorimeter is 40. Specific heat not given, but few values you can remember. Specific heat of water, specific heat of copper, specific heat of aluminium. Few values you can remember. Tabular column will be there in material and also in textbook. Some values you need to remember. 99% they only will give you. But if in case if they not given means you can write 0.092 plus water mass is 200, specific heat of water is 1. In both of them, can I take the common now? So what is 24.1 minus 16? So which is given by 8.1. Now we want to calculate SM value. So SM value will be given by 40 into 0.092, which is 3.62, 3.68 plus 200 into 8.1 by how much? 112 into 75.9. This is numerator how much? This is 203.68 into 8.1 by this total value approximately you will get 85,000. So if you simplify this, you will get the answer is of 0.196, 0.194 units of calorie gram inverse centigrade inverse. Okay na? Question understood? Which principle will apply? Principle of method of mixtures. Anyhow, at any class you need to remember specific heat of water. But in this case, one extra thing is specific heat of calorimeter, that is copper. Copper value was there. Like this, many model questions will get based on this principle of method of mixtures. If you can apply this principle, many numericals of calorimetry can be solved easily. Okay, Nara? So this is a question. Always you remember, whenever temperature rising, that heat will be of specific heat. Whenever state is changing from solid to liquid or liquid to vapor, so what will get that time L value is equal to Q by M and Q is equal to M into S. And you need to also remember what is the latent heat of vaporization value and latent heat of fusion value. What is the latent heat of fusion value for ice? That is given by 80 calorie gram inverse. Whereas the latent heat of vaporization value 540 calorie gram inverse. You can convert also into joules. So this value is 0.225 into 10 to the power 6 joules. This value 3.35 into 10 to the power 6 joules. Values you need to remember. Okay, Nara? So this is for specific heat. Question number 3. After completion of this, so next question. So question number 5. I think this question maybe key answer. We will check it. Key answer not matching. So if you do properly, then we will come to know whether our key answer correct or what they given that is correct. Okay, Nana? So then let us see question number 5. This is also same as the top question number 1. Two spheres with radii. There are two spheres are given here. First sphere or second sphere. So this radius R1, this radius R2. The radius are in the ratio R1 by R2 is 1 by 2. Their specific heats are not same. Having the specific heats are in the ratio S1 by S2 will be equal to X divided by Y. And densities, this density rho 1, this density rho 2. Density is ratio given rho 1 by rho 2 or Z divided by X. Okay now? Now what they are asking us to calculate? What is the ratio of the specific heats? H1 by H2. So what is the formula for H? H value is equal to M into S. So can I write the mass volume in terms of volume density? Mass is equal to sphere now. Mass is equal to density into volume. 4 by 3 pi into R cube into S. From this, H value directly proportional to rho into R cube into S. From this, H1 by H2 will be equal to rho 1 by rho 2 into R1 by R2 whole cube into S1 by S2. Correct? S1 by S2. So what is rho 1 by rho 2 ratio? Rho 1 by rho 2 given it as Z by X. What is R1 by R2 ratio? 1 by 2 whole cube. And what is S1 by S2 ratio? S1 by S2 value is X divided by Y. Correct? So here X value cancel. This is Z. Not 2. This is Z. Then what is left? So Z by Y into 1 by 8. So what is the ratio? H1 is to H2 will be equal to, so Z is to 8 into Y. I think they given the option third one. Z into Y is to 8, but it is Z is to 8. You can check it. Anywhere I have mistake. Correct or not once you check. H value will be to S. Mass is equal to density into volume. Density is equal to mass by volume. Mass is equal to density into volume. Sphere volume formula 4 by 3 pi R2 into S. So that is given by 4 by 3 pi value common. H value directly proportional to rho into R cube into S. Okay na? Correct. This is the question number 5th. Next. Question number 7th. So what is this question is? 5 grams of steam at 100 degrees passed into calorimeter containing the liquid. The temperature of the liquid rising from 32 to 40 degrees. So what is the water equivalent of calorimeter? Water equivalent of calorimeter means the question number 7. What they did? So they have taken one calorimeter. In this calorimeter, first they have taken mass of the steam. So steam can I call MS is 5 grams. So what is the steam temperature can I call theta 1 or theta? Theta is 100 degrees Celsius. So what they did? They have passed that steam into the calorimeter. So this calorimeter containing the liquid. Okay na? So what happened to the temperature of the liquid rising from 32 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. What is the reason for rising the temperature? Steam is losing the heat. So then what happened? The liquid is gaining the heat. So okay na? Then the water equivalent of calorimeter. What is the meaning of water equivalent? Water equivalent of calorimeter. Water equivalent of calorimeter we have discussed. It is the product of mass of the calorimeter and the specific heat of the calorimeter. So this is called as water equivalent. We discussed in concept. What is water equivalent? So water equivalent is the mass of the water whose heat capacity is same as that of given substance. That water equivalent value MW value is equal to MC into SC. MC into the water equivalent can I write it as MW. MW value is equal to MC into SC. Correct? Then according to which principle? According to principle of method of mixtures. According to which principle? So principle of method of mixtures. According to the principle of method of mixtures, the heat lost by the which body? Hot body will be equal to heat gained by the cold body. Can I write? So heat lost by which one? Heat lost by, so which one? So steam will be equal to heat gained by which one? So calorimeter plus liquid. They not mentioned liquid, but they asking water equivalent. When they asking water equivalent means that is which liquid? Water only. So then can I apply a principle C? So what is the heat loss in the form of specific heat? Delta Q value m into S into delta T. And one more important point, during the change of state, so delta Q value given by m into S. During change of state, first what happen? Steam will be condensed into water. When it is condensed into water, so then what will get? So heat lost by the steam, that is given by ms into latent heat of vaporization value, that is plus L into V, plus when steam or air is converted into water, so how much heat loss? That is given by mW into, so SW into, which is ms into specific heat of water into, so change in temperature value. What is the initial temperature value? 100. And what is the final temperature value? 40. So what is the final temperature of mixture is given by the liquid rises from 32 degrees to 40 degrees. They asking the liquid temperature value changing from wet over the initial temperature of the which one now? The initial temperature of the steam is 100 degrees. This is the heat. When steam is converted into water, how much amount of heat? So that is generated. So this is the steam at 100 degrees. After that again what happened? The converted steam into water. Water will be further cooled. Even that temperature also will be transferred now. So that is given by 100 minus 40 is equal to how much heat gained by the calorimeter. So mass of the calorimeter into specific heat of the calorimeter. Rise in temperature value 40 minus 30. 40 minus how much? 32. Plus heat gained by the water given by mW into SW into how much? 40 minus 30. Correct? So what are we getting here? ms value, mass of the steam 5, latent heat value 540, plus mass of the steam is 5, specific heat of water in CGS system is 1 into, so here what I will get? 100 minus 40 will be equal to 60 is equal to, here mc into sc into 40 minus 32 is 8, mw into sw value. So what is mw value? SW value 1, but mw can be also written as mc into sc into sw value 1 into 8. So then what I will get? This is 5 into 540 is also 0, 5 4s are 20, 0 there, and 5 5s are 25, that is 2000. Correct? So 5 zeros are 540 into 5s. So that is of 0, 5 4s are 20 and 5 5s are 25, 25 and 2, so that is 2700 plus this value will be of 300 now. 5 6 are 30 will be equal to, so mc into sc can I take common? If I take mc into sc common, then what I get? So that is the value of here mc into sc into 8, all two terms, which is 2 into mc into sc into 8. Correct? That is, you simplify that. We want to calculate, so mc into sc will be equal to numerator value, so that is, this is 27,000. So 2700 plus 3000, so that is of 3000. 2700 plus 300. So that is our 3000. Correct? 3000 divided by 60. So you simplify this. So you will get the answer is of 375 grams. 375 grams. This is the one. Look at that. This is question number 7. Next. Question number 9. So what is this question number 9? The density of a liquid A is 0.5 gram by cc and liquid B is 0.6 gram by cc. Heat capacity of 8 liters of A is equal to heat capacity of 10 liters of B. What they ask us to calculate is, so what is the ratio of the specific heats? In this question number 9, so there are two liquids are there. One is for A and one is for B. Two liquids are there. Such that the density of A is 0.5 gram by cc and density of B is 0.6 gram by cc. Density of B greater than A. And heat capacity of, so what is the volume? VA value will be of 8 liters and VB, so value of 10 liters. They are telling that heat capacity of 8 liters of A will be equal to heat capacity of 10 liters of B. So what is heat capacity relation? H is equal to M into S. Then MA into SA will be equal to MB into SB. Mass can be written as density into volume. Rho A into VA into SA is equal to rho B into VB into SB. Correct? Then they asking us to calculate what is SA by SB. Will be equal to rho B by rho A into VB by VB. So what is the ratio of densities? Which is 0.6 divided by 0.5 into 10 divided by 8. Correct? 0. Decimal cancel. 5 ones are 5 twos are. And 2 threes are and 2 fours are. So again 2 ones are 2 twos are. What is the ratio? 3 by 2, which is 3 is to 2. Correct? 3 is to how much? 2. Okay, now understood? But remember here what is the condition they given is, so specific heat of heat capacity of, so 8 liters of heat capacity HE will be equal to 10 liters of heat capacity of HE. Okay na? So this is the question number 9. Up to how many questions we solved? 1, 3, 5, 7. Next which question is 9. 5 questions over. This is question number 6. So this class will complete at least 10 questions. So this is question number 6th one. In this question number 6th one, so what they have given is, two liquids at a temperature 60 degrees and 20 degrees respectively have the masses in the ratio 3:4. Specific heats are in the ratio 4:5. If the two liquids are mixed, so what is the resultant temperature? Mixing means immediately you need to remember what is the principle of method of mixtures. This is the first liquid and this is the second liquid. First liquid temperature can I call theta 1 60 degrees and second liquid temperature can I call theta 2 20 degrees. After mixing, the standard temperature can I call the temperature of mixture. So what is the temperature of mixture? The temperature value is theta. Okay na? Now what happened? Theta 1, first liquid at high temperature, then second liquid. When you mix both, first liquid loses the heat and second liquid will gain the heat. So then according to which principle? Principle of method of mixtures. So heat lost by first liquid or hot body will be equal to heat gained by second liquid or cold body. Correct? What is the heat formula? Specific heat, in terms of specific heat. So can I write M1 into S1 into, so temperature value can I call delta theta will be equal to m2 into, can I call here, so theta 1 minus theta, change in temperature. Its initial temperature theta, final temperature is, initial is theta 1, final is theta. So change in temperature of the first body, theta 1 minus theta. And for the second one given by m2 into s2, its final temperature is theta because it is colder body. So temperature of the mixture we know, temperature of the mixture is greater than or equal to temperature of the cold body and less than or equal to temperature of the hot body. It never be so less than the temperature of the cold body and never be greater than the temperature of the hot body. So that's why theta minus theta. This application you need to understand how to apply principle of method of mixtures. Heat lost by the hot body will be equal to heat gained by the cold body. Okay now? So from this theta 1 minus theta by theta minus theta 2 will be equal to, so m2 by m1 into s2 by s1. Correct? I want to calculate now theta value. So what is theta 1 written, theta 2 written, and masses ratio how much given the, so m1 is to m2 will be equal to, masses are in the ratio 3 by 4 and the specific heats are in the ratio s1 by s2 is 4 by 4. Can I substitute the values? So theta 1 value how much, 60 minus theta by, so theta minus 20 will be equal to m2 by m1 I want, that is 4 by 3 into s2 by s1 I want, that is 5 by 4. 4 cancel. Cross multiply. So 3 into 60 minus theta will be equal to 5 into theta minus 20. Simplify this. So 360 is 180 minus 3 theta will be equal to 5 theta minus 100. Sending this 3 theta this side and 100 this side. So 280 will be equal to 8 into theta. So theta value 280 divided by 8. So what will get 280 by 8? 8 3s are 8 3s are 24. So still what is left 40. So 8 5s are. So 35 degrees. What is the mixture final temperature? Is 35 degrees Celsius. Question understood? So one more question we got, according to which principle? Principle of method of mixtures. The heat lost by the hot body is always equal to heat gained by the cold body. How to apply that heat? You need to remember whether only temperature rising along with the rise in temperature. So change of state also changing. If the state also changing, you need to consider latent heat. If only temperature is rising, you need to consider only specific heat. Okay, Nara? So this is the question number 11th one, 6th question. Next, 7th question. Even this question 13th one we have solved, we have discussed in concept. So that is the question number 13 is two liquids of masses m1 and m2, specific heats s1 and s2 are mixed. The specific heat of mixture. So what is the specific heat of mixture of gases? Same question, 13. When this question also will solve by using principle of method of mixtures. First liquid, second liquid. But remember here, so what happened? Here they are not given temperatures. That means that both are initially at the same temperature. So when they mix it, so according to, so which one principle of method of mixtures? Or otherwise here because temperatures are same. So you cannot tell principle of method of mixtures. So heat will be same. So heat delta Q1 will be equal to delta Q2. Before mixing or after mixing, heat will be same. Why? Because both the bodies are at same temperature. So what is the before mixing and after mixing? Theta 1 value and theta 2. So before mixing, what is the heat of the first body? M1 S1 delta theta plus second body M2 S2 delta theta. After mixing, the first body M1 into S mix into delta theta, whereas for the second body M2 into S mix into delta theta, where S mix is the specific heat of mixture of gases, mixture of liquids. Delta theta term is cancelled. So what is the formula for S mix is equal to m1s1 plus m2s2 by which one? By m1 plus m2. Okay now, this is the formula for temperature of the specific heat of mixture. When two liquids at the same temperature, they not mentioned same temperature. Though they not mentioned, if they not given temperature means we will consider temperatures are same. Then we have. So this is a question number 13th one, 7th question. Next question number 15. So 8th question. So what is this question is 10 grams of steam at 100 degrees mixed with 50 grams of ice at 0 degrees. Even this question also based on principle of method of mixtures. What is the mass of the steam? 10 grams. So what is the mass of the ice? Mass of the ice is 50 grams. What is the temperature of the steam? Theta 1 is 100 degrees. What is the temperature of the ice? Is 0 degrees. Now they are asking the final temperature of, so temperature of or final temperature. Can I call the final temperature is theta? Here also according to which principle? Principle of method of mixtures. Heat lost by hot body will be equal to heat gained by cold body. Heat gained by cold body. So you can remember an important point. If steam mass or ice mass both are same, we discussed this in concept of if m grams of ice at 0 degrees mixed with m grams of steam at 100 degrees, the final temperature of the mixture is 100 degrees only. So whenever mass of the steam or mass of the ice both are same, so then what happens? Actually, whenever ice is, what is the latent heat of ice value? 540 calorie gram inverse. This is latent heat of vaporization of steam. When steam condensed into water, how much heat released? That is of 540 calorie. So what is the heat required to convert the ice into water? That is given by 80 calorie gram inverse. For example, so when heat, how much amount of heat lasts by? If I consider mass of the steam is m1 and mass of the ice is m2. So heat lasts by the steam means m1 into Lv. Whenever, so what happens if steam converting into water of mass m1, how much heat release? That is given by m1 into Lv. To convert ice into water, how much heat required if mass of the ice is m2 into Lf? So obviously, if m1 value greater than m2 or m1 value is equal to m2, mass of the steam or mass of the ice both are same. But which one greater? Lv value greater than Lf, because Lv 540, Lf 80. Due to that reason, so Q1 value greater than which value? Q. Q1 is the heat lost by the hot body. Q2 is the heat gained by the cold body. Due to that reason, so heat body will give more heat. So due to that reason, the final temperature of the mixture will attain 100 degrees Celsius. But here, mass of the steam is less, mass of the ice is more. So you cannot tell answer is 100 degrees. If mass of the steam or ice both are same, then you can tell without doing numerical, without solving this question, the answer is of 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, Nara? Now here I will apply heat lost by the hot body. First what happened? So steam will be converted into water. When steam converted into water, mass of the steam into latent heat of vaporization. Plus again that steam converted into water. So mass of the converted steam and water, both masses are same. Mass of the steam into specific heat of water into change in temperature. So for initial temperature of water 100 minus final temperature is theta will be equal. So heat gained by which one? Ice. First ice will be converted into water. So m ice into latent heat of fusion plus that ice which was melted into water. What is the rise in temperature of the water? That is mass of the ice into specific heat of water into change in temperature. So change in temperature given by theta minus zeta. Here you need to remember first what happened? Steam is condensed into water. Again water will be cooled down. Here two things are there. when steam is condemned in water, heat lost by steam is Q1. Again that water also will further loses the heat. How much heat lost by the steam? Mass of the steam into latent heat of vaporization plus how much heat lost by the further water when steam converted into water. Mass of the steam or mass of the water both are same. So MW value will be equal to MS. Due to that reason I written MS. Into specific it is SW into 100 minus T. Similarly, when ice is converting into water, first what happens? Ice will convert into water. So heat required can I call Q1. Then again what happens? So water by rising by taking the heat, the water will be get heated. First what is Q1 value? Mass of the ice into latent heat of vaporization plus what is Q2 value? So the mass of the ice which was converted into water, that mass and mass of the water both are same. That's why here also written mass of the ice into specific heat of water into temperature value given by theta minus theta. Simplify this, substitute the values. This step is very important for this problem and you need to understood properly. Even this is only important part. If this part is not understood, if any lecturer solved, if anyone you ask any lecturer to solve this problem, 100 times if they solved also, you cannot able to understand. So listen properly. Okay, Nara? Now let us substitute the values. Mass of the steam is 5 into 540 plus mass of the steam is 5. Specific heat of water is 1. Substituting the values. Every time they will not give. Always remember water specific heat in which system? CJ system. So 1 calorie gram inverse and centigrade inverse. Correct? Plus 100 minus theta into 100 minus theta will be equal to mass of the ice is 50, latent heat of fusion value is 80 plus mass of the converted ice into water is 50, specific heat of water is 1 into theta. Then what will get 5 into 540, this is of so 22,700 plus 5 into 100 is 500 minus 5 into theta will be equal to this value of 4,000 plus 50 into theta. Correct? 5 into theta plus 50 into theta. Is it okay now? So what is the mass of the ice? Mass of the ice is not 5 gram, it is 10 gram. Here I need to write 10. Here also 10. Then here the value. See, one small mistake will make you large difference in answer. So then 10 into 540, that is 5,400 plus this is 1,000 minus 10 into theta. Then what I get? This is 6,400 minus 4,000. Sending 4,000 this side, 10 theta this side. Will be equal to 60 into theta. 10 theta and otherwise 50 into theta plus 10 into theta. Then what I will get the answer? 60 into theta will be equal to 1,400. Correct? 1,400 or 2,400? 2,400. 6,400 minus 4,000. So theta value 2,400 divided by 60. 0, 0 cancel. 6 3s are. So that is 30. So what will get the answer is of 6 4s are 24. 40. So theta value is of 40 degrees Celsius. Okay na? This is the question number 15. How many over? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So after that 13. Then this one is 50. Okay. So question number 6, 7 or 8 questions are over. Next. Question number 17. These are the questions. Now calorimetry questions are over. Questions are based on this Joule's law. Joule's law, I think around 4 questions are there. So I will solve 2 questions. The remaining 2 questions you only solve. In class, clearly we discussed the concept of Joule's law. So what is Joule's law? Joule's law states that the ratio of work done by heat produced will be always constant. That constant value is equal to J, where J is mechanical equivalent of work done. So W value is equal to J into Q, where values of J In SI system, the value of J is how much? 1. Whereas in CGS system, the value of J is 4.2. That you need to remember. Okay, Nana? Now let us see the question number 17. So what is this question number 17 is, a hailstone is falls from a certain height. If only 1% of hailstone melted on reaching the ground, find the height from which they fall. So what is the question they given is, one hailstone was there. It is falling like ice cube. It is falling from certain height. So when it is falling from certain height, the work done by the gravitational force, the work done by the gravity, if this work done is converted into heat, so what happened to that melt? It will be melted. Generate according to Joule's law, W is equal to J into Q. So W value M into G into H. But J into heat, Q is the heat. How much amount of work is converted into heat? That heat is utilized for what purpose? To melt. So L value is equal to Q by M. Q value M into L. So what is the formula? Whenever a substance is changing the state, heat required formula M into L. So Q value can I write it as M dash into L. Why M dash? Where M dash is the mass of the ice or hailstone which is melted. So they given that M dash value, how much mass is melted? 1% of M. That is M dash value M by 100. Convert the percentage into fraction. Can I substitute now? And what is the latent heat values? All are given. So L value given it as how much? L value 80 calorie. 80 into, can I convert into joules? 4200. 4200 joule. So kg inverse and not kg inverse. So joule centigrade inverse. Okay na? Joule centigrade inverse. I converted. So 80 calorie into joules. 1 calorie is equal to 4.2 joules. Actually, what is the value? L value they given it as 80 calorie by gram. 80. 1 calorie value 4.2 joules by 1 gram value. So 10 power minus 3 kg. Then what I get? 80 into this 10 power minus 3 will come to numerator. It will become 10 power plus 3, which is 4200 joule kg inverse. Why I converted means, so they given G value in SI system, answers also given in meters. So SI system. And what is the value of J in SI system? 1. Then let us substitute the values. So M into G into H will be equal to, so J into M dash value M by 100 into L. M value cancel. Asking us to calculate H value. H is equal to L divided by 100 into G. So H value 100 into G into J. J value in SI system 1. L value, so that is 80 into 4200 by, so 100 into G value 10. 0 0 0 0 and 0 0. 42 into 8 48 that is of 360 na. So 48 are 360. So what I will get? 320. That is 336. 336 meters. What does it mean? In order to melt 1%, from what height it should fall. Remember this height value. So that is how much it is going to be melted. That height value. So height value not depends upon mass. We discussed this. This is of Joule's law. Next. So last question for this class, that is question number 20. Same model. From what height a block of ice should fall into the well, so that even this question also I think some problem with the key answers. If you do the problem confidently, then we will come to know. Sometimes chances are there 1 or 2%, key answer will be different. But I don't know how many are checking the key answers. After doing, I think so, even not 5-10% also students are not checking after solving the question backside key answer. Okay na? 98% or 99% backside key answers our material of correct only. Maybe 1%. Okay, see the question. So from what height they asking one ice cube should be fall. So a ice cube must fall into the well so that 1/100 of its mass may be melted. Ice is falling down. From what height it should fall? It is falling into the well. Okay, fall into the well so that what they asking. Here also Joule's law. W value G into H. So W formula potential energy M into G into H will be equal to J. Heat is using for what purpose? For melting. That is can I write M dash into L, where M dash given it as M by 100. Last question also. We will get answer same only. Last question only everything. Okay, then what is the latent heat value? Last question they told the heat storm. Now here they are telling so which one ice piece? In last question they told 1%. In this question M by 100. Both values are same. No doubt without doing the problem you can tell the answer, that is of 336. L value 80. So calorie gram inverse. Whereas in SI system 80 into so 4200 joule by kg inverse. Conversion very important. So then what can I substitute the values of? M into G into H will be equal to J into M dash value M by 100 into L. M value cancel. H value G into L divided by 100 into G. So J value 1 in SI system. L value 80 into 4200 by what is the value? Maybe they have taken here 4.182. They have taken instead of 4200. Actually exact value will be of 4182. What is the? So 1 calorie value 4.182 joules. But approximately we take 1 calorie 4.2 joules. Maybe they given the answer 300. We will get if I take 4200 336. You can check it this. So into 4182. Then what will you get? By so 100 into 0. That is 1000. So you calculate and tell me. You only calculate that. So if I take the 4200, if I take 80 into 4200 by 1000, so what I will get? 3 zeros are cancelled. 42 into 8 is 336. But once you check with the calculator, if I take 4182 into 80, can I multiply here? So what I will get? 4182 into 8 so 8 2s are 16, 6, 8 8s are 64, 65, that is 5 6, 8 1s are 8, 14, so here 1, and 8 4s are, so 8 4s are 32, so 32 and 1, so that is 33. Here we will not get. If I take 4182 also, we will not get the answer 300. So no doubt, second option only correct. Okay, Nara? Still 2 more models are there of this level 2. So class work based on the Joule's law. That is a question number 23 and 25. So that questions you complete. Then we will continue in the next class from, so which one? First law of thermodynamics. Okay, na? Thank you.